Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good, but we're here for the jokes and tank pass last from the kickoff to the final whistles blow. We'll take the two and we're ready to go. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. We break down the plays, but it's all in jest. With a laugh and a cheer, we bring out our best. No serious analysis, no expert critiques, just a bunch of mates sharing plenty of drinks. We'll raise a low, from sideline jokes to post-match tales, all big goofs and their big fails. We're not so serious, and that's our style. With each ahoy, we raise our steins. Ahoy, ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world, where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. So come along and join our sporty crew, where the banter's always fresh and the laughs are true. Oh, wasted world of sports, here's to our cheer. We'll see you on the pitch and drink some beer. Yeah!
Wasted World of Sports, ahoy. Welcome back for some more action this weekend. Kicking off with Super Rugby as the Crusaders will take on the Highlanders. And we are, of course, once again just going through the Anzac Day services, I suppose you would call it. The minute silence and the last post, as of course is traditional, shouting out our Anzacs. Welcome along to this one. We will, of course, have more NRL action coming up after this as the Penrith Panthers take on the Manly Sea Eagles. But first, I couldn't resist the urge to check this match out. The Crusaders, they're firmly wedged in the top two, and they're nipping at the Chiefs' heels. The Highlanders are fighting for a place in the finals. They're just outside qualification at the moment, behind the Australian teams. And victory here could see them potentially just nip up into that top 8 or whatever it may be. Whatever the case may be, the top, whatever it is for Super Rugby these days. You can see that I really follow along so closely, which is sad because I'm starting to get back into it now. It used to be my favorite competition. I would watch Super Rugby hands down over the top of the NRL, but that partially to do with this channel, of course, but that's just completely flipped. I do have a same game multi on this one. 3 legs Will Jordan, my man. Except every time I put him in these days, he doesn't seem to score tries. He waits until I don't have him in a multi. Same with Sevu Reece and Tavatava Nawai. All three of these players have actually been big money makers for me over the past season or two. For some reason this year, though, that's completely gone kaput. Hopefully today, lumping them all together. Fingers crossed. Just ready for the anthems. Kickoff not too far away. Who have we got winning in this one? Chat room. Very hard to go past the Crusaders, isn't it? I put money at the start of the season on the Chiefs to win the whole thing, so I'll be keeping an eye out for that as well. That will surely happen. The Chiefs looking absolutely immense. As I said, Panthers, Sea Eagles coming up later tonight, shortly after this one. So do feel free to stick around. If you are into rugby league and you found this channel via rugby league, stick around and have a chat. I'm a fan of both, a supporter of both. That's what Wasted Water Sports is kind of all about, really. There doesn't need to be this war. Doesn't need to be a war between rugby union and rugby league. They're different sports. I've played them both. Thank you very much for the follow, Easy E. Is it Easy E or just Easy? Easy 6721. I was about to say, actually, I won't say it. I won't say it. I was about to make fun of the anthems. I won't do it. Anthems done for this Anzac Day clash. Kickoff not far away. Highlanders versus the Crusaders. The Highlanders have got the job done before, and they are fighting for their finals position, keeping their dreams alive here in Super Rugby 2025. The last post, turns out I had plenty of time to get ready. I was rushing around to get this stream active because I overslept. Disappointing crowd. Given the magnitude of this clash, the Highlanders, it's been a while since we've seen the Highlanders in the fight. I think, in all honesty, people are just over Super Rugby. I know that's what happened to me. I can't speak for everyone. I can't speak for a large group of people. I can only speak for myself. I just got bored with Super Rugby. And it's only been this channel that's brought me back to it. And I'm glad that it's brought me back because it's been an exciting season. But I'm just wondering, is Super Rugby needs a little bit of a makeover? Well, it got completely ruined, didn't it, when it went to the conference system? That's where... we've got a nice big crowd over there on that side. Okay. That's good to see. SBW Machiavelli. Who's my team? I'm always so torn because the Crusaders are my team. But I've always had such a soft spot for the Highlanders. Especially when the Highlanders became essentially the laughingstock of Super Rugby. And they had that team of underdogs that went all the way to the Super Rugby final, knocking off the Waratahs in the semi-final, despite the fact they qualified above the Waratahs, which is another hint of a broken system. But I digress. Crusaders are already in second spot. This would be huge for the Highlanders' chances for finals if they won this. Kind of want to go for the Highlanders today, but the Crusaders are my team. I certainly wouldn't be upset if my team got the win. That was my typical convoluted answer to a very simple question. Lest we forget, yes, tribute to our Anzacs. And kickoff just moments away. My same game multi. Sever Reese, Will Jordan, and Tava Nawai. 3 legs. Bring it on. 3 legs, 3 players that typically get tries for me. Jason Hayden, ahoy, mate. Crusaders currently in second spot, fighting for top place. Highlanders just clinging to the lower portion of finals football. A win here would be massive. But they've got to get past the Crusaders machine. Damon Murphy, the referee. Don't think I've ever heard of this guy. So that'll be interesting to see, a New Zealand referee. Obviously, that's what changes as well. When you've taken a little bit of time away from a sport and come back, not only have all the players changed, but all the officials have likely changed as well. Which would be fantastic in the case of rugby league. I mean, boy, do the NRL need some new officials. ASAP. So there we are, the Highlanders in 8th spot, just 2 points out of the top 6. Victory here would indeed be massive. My team in league, unfortunately, the Cronulla Sharks. But my dad goes for the Panthers, so I also don't mind the Panthers. Kickoff here. Highlanders go short. It's batted back by Dunshea. And the Highlanders have won possession from the start. Fantastic work there. Mitchell Dunshea up in the air. Attacking the short side. Crusaders defense muscles up, though, around the ruck. And the Highlanders not making a lot of meters. In over the top goes Xavier Safolai. Knocked on. Advantage now to the Highlanders. Turnover would have been good. He's lost possession in the process. There's my boy Tava Nawai. As the Highlanders just set up position here in front of the post. 30 out. Nice offload and wrap around there for Miller. Grubber kick through. And perfectly placed at the back. The Crusaders will clear up over halfway. And Camera doing well. Camera in the number 10 jersey. Switch over screens here for a moment. The Crusaders just continue this talent pool of number 10s. Camera very quickly becoming one of my favorite players. They went a little quiet for a little while there, didn't they? The Crusaders in the production line as this is chipped over the top. And well taken by McLeod. Spills out the back of the ruck, though. Loose ball. And Hotham has knocked it on. Another little advantage here for the Highlanders. So things just not going the way of the Crusaders early. Couple of knock-ons. And I always say, it doesn't matter who you're playing. Don't want to give away too many opportunities, right? I'm not saying this about the Highlanders specifically, but even the worst teams, as I said, not talking about the Highlanders, but even the worst teams will make you pay eventually if you just give them opportunity after opportunity. We can see the early territory. They go down the left-hand side, the Highlanders. Tahiwi plants it back, staying on that left edge. They like it down there. Stoddart carries into the 22. McKenna, and it's been lost at the back there by Fakatava. And that is a huge let-off for the Crusaders. Very scrappy start to this game. Both teams, I mean, you would say that perhaps it's a little bit wet, but this game in Dunedin, of course, under the roof, presumably. I don't even know if the Dunedin roof opens. So we certainly can't say that wet conditions are the problem here. The scrum sets. And it's a big drive from the Highlanders, but illegally, says the referee. Angling in, and the Crusaders get the penalty. 4 minutes gone, no score here. Crusaders with the penalty clearance up over halfway. It's a hell of a kick. See if they can mount some sort of attack and give it to Will Jordan or Sevu Reese. Let's get a tick off this multi nice and early. That's always nice. Crusaders with a full line out. And it goes to the front. Scotty Barrett. Now Camera goes straight through a big hole. Camera, he's got support. And it's Sevu Reese bumping off one, bumping off a second, and Reese is taken down 10 out. Quick ruck ball. They stay on the short side, the Crusaders. Flick pass, and it goes out to Cody Taylor, who's just having a rest out on the wing. They needed some speed out there, and they would have been in. A nice break from the line out. Camera, I was just talking him up, and there he goes. Unmarked out here on the left is Follow. They can't get the ball out, though, the Crusaders. Highlanders spoil. It's still on, out in the left. Still unmarked. Springer. The kick doesn't go wide enough, and it will just be shadowed over the dead ball line. Missed opportunity there for the Crusaders. Macca Springer was screaming for it. Unmarked down on the wing. And after that bust, Camera is down in back play. Well, this is huge for the Crusaders. Their playmaker, the man who just caused that line break, is down in back play. Oh, he's done an ankle. His whole leg is just twisted. The Highlanders player had hold of his ankle in the tackle. And it's his knee by the looks of it, actually. His entire leg twisted. It could be ankle, it could be knee, it could be both. Could be hip. And off he goes. That's his last play of the day. Taha Camera, one line break. And the poor fella, he's off. Well, that's a hip drop in rugby league. if we're watching the NRL right now, that is a hip drop. That's a sorry sight, really. You don't want to see that. The poor guy. He can't even walk off. He's been carried off the field. That looks nasty. That could be Camera's season. Very, very unfortunate there. Crusaders back in possession from the restart, the dropout restart from the Highlanders. On halfway, who's going to slot into fly half now? Looks like it's going to be Havili who puts it high. And Springer contests in the air, claims it. It's there for the Crusaders. Highlanders told to back up, and Hotham puts the kick in over the top, but perfectly positioned to claim the mark is Cameron Miller at the back. So a scrappy start. An injury. This could even things up greatly, though. When you think about it, the Crusaders now have to play 74 minutes without their playmaker. James O'Connor was not on the bench. So there was nobody to come on and replace him. I think Havili will do an admirable job filling in. He'll be capable. Interesting to see what happens, though, as we've got a little stoppage here. Somebody's got some blood. One of the Highlanders players, that's Fabian Holland, popped himself a little bit of a gusher. All right. See what's going on here with this screen. It keeps changing. Points flow chart. There are, of course, no points at the moment. Crusaders throw to the line out. And Cody Taylor rumbles it up inside the 22. Well, it hasn't bothered them at the moment, the Crusaders. Camera being off the field. Cut out pass, gives some space out wide. But again, it's Jamie Henner out there. They've got forwards lurking out on the wing. Back into midfield. Fletcher Newell. Scotty Barrett now just doing it through the forwards at the moment. 6 phases attacking down the short side. The Harbour Bridge ball sits up nicely to Havili, who gets it on for Reese. Reese with the kick over the top. It's a foot race, and it's been won by the Highlanders. Bakatava gets back just in the nick of time. Sever Reese trying to claim a try. I mean, it would be nice. Sever Reese, he's getting a lot of touches on the ball early here. Highlanders with their second goal line restart. Up to halfway it goes, and winding up is Leo Willie. 8.5 gone, no score. Crusaders attack the right edge again. Now they bring it back left. Hotham trying to milk a penalty. Referees having none of it. as he slips over, trying to call it impedance. Big counter ruck from the Highlanders. It's still there for the Crusaders, though. Nice wraparound. Puts Jordan into space. He's got support, but he doesn't need it. Will Jordan puts the foot down on the outside. And we've got a tick off our multi. Will Jordan scores. First points, Crusaders. And first tick off our multi. Moody, 579. Ahoy, mates. Just in time to see me celebrate. A beautiful set-piece move here from the back of the ruck. And Jordan, he had support, but he didn't need it. Is Will Jordan back? Is that what this means? Brilliant. Conversion attempt. Since there's no camera, Rehana will take over the kicking duties. And he slots his first one over to make it 7-0 for the Crusaders. Doing this, of course, without camera, who left the field early, suffering a suspected knee injury. And a good start here for the Crusaders in the end. Highlanders with the restart. Claimed by the try scorer, Will Jordan. One tick off the multi, nice and early. We always love that. Told to use it. And set up just outside their 22. Carried back Hotham with the box kick. Up towards halfway. Well taken at the back, though. Highlanders inside Crusaders territory can try and set something up here, perhaps. Turnover by the Crusaders, though, on the halfway. Well, that's not what they wanted, obviously. They being the Highlanders. Obviously not wanting that. George Bauer with the carry. Still inside their own half. And the box kick from Hotham. Taken by Reese. Gives it back to Hotham, who spills it. Wow, they've got the dropsies out there tonight. I don't understand it. Lost behind by the Highlanders. And they'll come back for the original penalty, I dare say. But a lot of drop ball. Really hard to understand why. As I said, under the roof here in Dunedin. Certainly can't blame rain. $7-0, 13 minutes gone, roughly. Odd Poppet, ahoy mates. We've got Rugby League coming up after this. The 2 games tonight. With the Panthers and the Manly Sea Eagles. As the Highlanders win the scrum, take it up to halfway. Pakatava's got it at the back. No thought of a clearance. Crusaders in to spoil. That's Tom Christie in over the ball. Fair play, and the Crusaders have got another turnover. They go to the wrong edge, but still it opens up for them. Foy offloads back for Newell. And this Crusaders machine just continues to march on. Out the back, they've got an overlap. Jordan fires it out. And Springer beats one. Springer's got support inside. Will Jordan's going to get a double. Will Jordan gets a double. Well, I can't give 2 ticks off the multi, unfortunately. He's already ticked off. This could get ugly for the Highlanders here. This could get nasty very quickly. The Crusaders, once they got on the outside there, they had about 17 on 1. And there was only ever going to be one result from there on in. The knee crumbler, ahoy mate. Since I've got 2 channel members in the room, Odd Poppet and the knee crumbler, after the games tonight, I am considering recording a members only video. So I'm just curious. I don't want to waste everybody's time. That's the nicest way I've got to say it, I suppose. What is just a quick, 5 or 10 minute video I could do that you guys might be interested in seeing? A studio tour. I'm thinking something along those lines. A random topic you might want me to talk about. A history of my life as the Highlanders break away straight up the middle. Support from Fakatava. Runs back on the inside. And he's wrapped up by Hotham. He's opposite in support. And now Vakena earns a penalty advantage as he catches the Crusaders napping. The Highlanders are coming back. 5 out. Penalty advantage still low with the pick and go. Fakatava fires it out. And here's Tava Nawai going on his own. That would have been good for my multi. Just a couple of meters out now, the Highlanders. Crash ball. Setting up another ruck. Tava Nawai's down this near side. I am De Groot. Rocked back in the tackle. Taylor's in from the side. And they'll come back for the penalty for the Highlanders. Right out in front. And there might even be a card here. Oh, there's going to be a yellow card. A line break under pressure, clear professional foul, and Cody Taylor going to have a sit in the naughty chair. Crusaders up 14-0, but the Highlanders, what a golden opportunity this is. Take the 3. Actually, with Cody Taylor off, you'll call scrum, surely. Oh, scrum down. The opposition hooker's just been sent off for 10. I reckon, honestly, this multi is on. This multi is on. Tava Nawai all the way out here on the near edge. You imagine the screen. The Highlanders are running from left to right. And Tava Nawai all the way over on that right wing. Big scrum, big moment in the game, this one. And a reset immediately. Crusaders playing games here. The Crusaders machine, they know what they're doing. $14 points to nil. 18 and a half gone. The Highlanders fighting for a place in the finals. The scrum sets. Big shove here from the Crusaders. And Fakatava goes on his own. And he's held up off the ground. Gets to ground now. 5 out. They stay on that left edge. For the multi, we need them to bring it right. Pick and go, or a drive, rather. Just 1 out from the ruck. Here's Vakena, driven backwards. They're staying left. They're just trying to open up the field, I guess, for Tavatavanawa. Earn a penalty advantage. And they'll fire it straight out there. Howden with the pick and go. Now they go out the back. It's on now. But the Crusaders defense jams in. Fakatava with the pop pass for Withy. He keeps it alive. And they are literally millimeters short. Up over the line now. Held up. Goal line dropout. Pats on the back all around from the Crusaders defense. Well, Tavatavanawa was unmarked. Our boy was unmarked on the outside. Seven minutes left in the bin for Cody Taylor. Goal line dropout here. Crusaders send it deep. And Stoddart spills it in contact. What a let-off here for the Crusaders. Hotham now looks for his clearing kicker. And there is Rehana. So not a lot of distance on it. And it's there for the Highlanders to return serve. A high ball. And chasing through his own kick here. Miller puts pressure on. But Rehana scoots away. He's got Hotham in support. Hotham heads back into midfield and almost slips through half a gap. He's playing well, Hotham. Crusaders on halfway. Back to Rehana. Dummies the kick. Puts a step on and he's trapped. Gets the offload away for Leo Willie. I'll have to reset and think about that. The Crusaders. Maybe a box kick is the option with the Highlanders defense racing up. I suspect it's incoming now. Told to use it. He's got a nice protection built. And Hotham with the box kick. Jordan's through. Springer is through. And they put pressure on. The Highlanders trapped with the ball. No opportunity to counter-ruck there for the Crusaders. No look pass out the back to Miller. Doesn't fool anybody. And now the Highlanders have gone and goofed up. The pass into the face of the player who wasn't even expecting it. Presumably, Withy was supposed to be a decoy. And this is just not the Highlanders that we saw at the start of the year. It's obviously not the Crusaders we saw at the start of the year either. They had a lot of injuries. So there were reasons for their performances, but this is not even close to the Highlanders that we saw at the start of the year, who were knocking off teams left, right, and center. Feel like they could have just dropped off here, the Highlanders. Probably need to win this game to stay in touch with the top 6. They've been really disappointing so far. Scrum down for the Crusaders. About 30 out. Just to the left of the post. Hotham feeds. It's a steady base. Hotham down the short side. Cut up ball to Springer. Springer kicks in field, but the Highlanders are there. Ratamai Tavuki, the fullback, gets across. Saves the day. And we'll be back for the dropout. Now some tensions boiling over. Push and shove in the in-goal area. The Highlanders just can't get anything going. They are under the pump. And that's when tensions start to boil over. That's when you know you've got a team not necessarily done, but under the pump. Unnecessary there from Ratumai, whatever his name is. I said it last time. Ratumai Tavuki. Unnecessary there, throwing the ball into the face of the opposition player who tackled him. 5-meter scrum here for the Crusaders. It was carried back. Well, I thought we had a goal line restart, but it was carried back is the call. 5-meter scrum. Big opportunity now for the Crusaders. Sevu Reece all the way over on the right edge. If they can get the ball out to him. But they go from the back of the scrum. Leo Willie, a meter out. Penalty advantage. And it's been dropped by Scotty Barrett, but they know they had the penalty incoming anyway, so. No harm done, but still the dropsies from both sides. The ball handling has been atrocious under the roof here. And they're going to have a shot at 3, are they? Oh, no, they called a scrum. Well, this is a big call. Cody Taylor with the yellow card. The Crusaders have gone, we don't care. We've got Moananu on. He's a more than able replacement. We're going to call the scrum. This is just, honestly, this is a sign of domination. This is the Crusaders asserting their authority on this game, in my opinion. They're like, our frontline hooker is off. You've got your full starting props and hooker in place, your front row. But we don't care. We know our backup can do the job just as well. This scrum holds firm. Both sides. Stalemate. Told to use it now. The scrum pops up and it's a complete mess. Highlanders drive over the top, but we'll have a reset. It was an interesting call to go scrum. I understand the mindset behind it for sure. Very unlucky there, the Highlanders. I thought that was probably their best scrum of the match. They very nearly got themselves a result. Five meters out. Scrum down. It's reset. This is just winding down the clock some more. Cody Taylor not far away from a return. Hotham feeds. They get it out quickly this time. Leo Willie back for Hotham. Crossfield kick for Sevu Reece. He's overcooked it by a long way. Reece bats it back for Jordan, who then tries to bat it back in. But it's there for the Highlanders. But we come back for a penalty. Well, the Highlanders' frustration will be setting in big time here. Called for offside. Now do they take the 3? Do they honour this Highlanders defence? Take the 3 points. Get Cody Taylor back onto the field. Though Cody Taylor can probably come straight back on anyway, because there's a stoppage in play. Well, if Cody Taylor's coming back on, do they line out more? That is what they're going for. Cody Taylor, I nearly put him in my multi as well. Is he back on yet? Yes, he is. Oh, I might be kicking myself here for not having Cody Taylor in the multi instead of Sevu Reece. Cody's back on. Throws to the front. Barrett's got it. The rolling maul is set. They break away. And the crash ball for Leo Willie. Half a metre short. Cody Taylor with the pick and go. And Cody Taylor, well, it's not the traditional way that he does it, but he's got there And I am officially kicking myself. I chose between Sevu Reece and Cody Taylor. I went with Sevu Reece. And in not the most traditional fashion, Cody Taylor still finds his way over the try line. And the Crusaders extend their lead here. 19 points to 0 with the kick to come. Conversion successful. And the Crusaders, the machine rolls on. $28 gone. They're now up 21 points to 0. Highlanders go short. This worked for them at the start, but it's been batted back now straight to Safalai. Scott Barrett bumps off one, takes it up over halfway. The Highlanders just can't get their hands on the ball. The frustration that they must be feeling, they just cannot get hold of it. I would love to see the territory stats right now. Hotham with the box kick. Reece competes, but it's taken by Miller and loses it. Fired across now to counter-attack. Cut-out pass has got Springer in space. The kick through is taken in the 22. No mark called by Ratumai. I'll get it right one of these days. Ratumai Tafuki. Didn't call a mark for some reason. And Jordan slips. We've had head contact. Will Jordan and Ethan de Groot have just had a big old kiss in midfield. And that's surely going to be a HIA for at least Will. 10 minutes until the halftime break. Another tick off the multi would be nice. And, well, what's happened there? Ray Hana has just dropped the ball. And it's here for the Highlanders now. Knock on. No advantage. Scrum down. What happened there? We've seen it happen before when there's a penalty advantage and the fly half or the scrum half will just deliberately drop the ball straight down. Well, that's what's happened there, except it wasn't deliberate. Rayhana has just dropped it. Incredible. I've never seen anything like that other than on purpose. What an interesting mistake. And we've got time off here before the scrum sets. Oh, same game multi, say. I had the choice. The choice was Cody Taylor or Sevu Reece. I decided to go with Sevu Reece. I should have known. If my original instinct was to go for one, pick the other. The way it always works. The Rivez Rehana, a very bizarre mistake, that one. And, it's 6-4 for Cowboys over the Titans, but it looks like the Titans have got a kick to come. Down the short side, Highlanders put the grubber kick through, and it's straight into touch. Non-event there. 21-0, the Crusaders lead. 32 minutes gone. Cody Taylor with the line out throw goes to the front. Hannah takes it. Crusaders going backwards, but a nice bump off there by Christie. Michelle, ahoy. Head clash. There was a head clash in this game too just then. Crazy. I wonder if the head clashes were in sync. Hotham with the box kick clearance. Reese chasing through, puts pressure on, but well taken to the back by the Highlanders. Fakatava sends it out. McKenna in midfield. Fakatava down the short side. Fullback up in the line. Ratamai inside the 22. Fakatava breaks away, and he's got Fakena in support. It's a three-man show at the moment for the Highlanders. De Groot picked up and dumped. They go quickly to the right, but stepping back in field. Tahiwi. 10 out now, the Highlanders. Tava Nawai. From a flat-footed start, he's not made a dent in the line there. Still 10 out. Back towards midfield they go to set a base. The Crusaders' defense numbering up. And in over the top goes Cody Taylor. Steals the ball away and then loses it forward. The Highlanders have it back. And now Taylor, frustrated, in from the side, gives away a penalty advantage. He's already had a sit down for 10, Cody. He's got to be careful. A double yellow card is an automatic upgrade. Fakatava throws the pass inside. No look style around the back. The pick and go from Ma'u. And Ma'u's over the line. But look at the desperation of the Crusaders' defense. They get in and hold him up. They come back for the penalty. This goal line defense of the Crusaders, incredible. Drape Mongreen, ahoy mate. Slowing things down here. The Highlanders, they're going to plug it into touch. A line-out throw, 5 meters out, rolling maul. Could that be the only way through this Crusaders brick wall? Oh, Drape Mongreen, I love my rugby union. I'll definitely be doing the Lions tour. Definitely be doing the rugby championship. Definitely be doing the Super Rugby finals. Still to this day, one of the biggest streams I've ever done was the Rugby World Cup final. Unfortunately, there's something a bit screwy with my stats screens at the moment. Don't know what's going on there, but I'll have to figure that out after the stream. It's too distracting. So I'll just stick with the... Actually, I wonder if the scorers have updated yet even. Oh yeah, the try scorers have at least kind of updated. It's a bit behind. It's about 10 minutes behind, but anyway. It is what it is. Big throw, this one. The Highlanders need some points before the break. Vakena goes to the middle. They break away. And Lasanga held up off the ground, and the Crusaders drive and bring away the ball. Bauer steals it. Oh, this Crusaders defense. Take a bow. 15 on 15, 14 men in the line. Doesn't matter. This Crusaders defensive unit, impenetrable. Hotham with the box kick clearance. Finds touch, but it's still inside the 22. Still on here for the Highlanders. $21-0. The Highlanders have been made to work for every little inch. They go over the top of the line out. Low takes it into contact. Crusaders trapped on the wrong side of the ruck there. Fakatava takes it left. Crusaders defense Again, managing to hold the man off the deck for long enough for troops to get their penalty advantage. That's against Hotham just flying in. He could be in trouble here. This is a lot of penalties now down this end of the field. It could be official warning time. Two minutes to go in this first half. The Highlanders desperately need some points. At least they're starting to get some possession. That stat is starting to even up. Five-meter line-out throw. McKenna to the middle. Rolling maul is set. They're going to try it this time. It's set well, but the Crusaders now pile in and start to drive back. That's once, says the referee. Down the short side, Fakatava. Couple of meters out. Crusaders spoil again and turn over. The Crusaders' defense. It has just been unbelievable. Yeah, catch you later, Rod Poppet. Cheers, mate. Back into the end goal for the clearing kick. Rehana. Again, not a lot of distance. Inside the 22 still. They'll still be under pressure. Bizza Panthers, ahoy mate. Why aren't I doing the Cowboys versus Titans? Because I'm much more interested in this game, to be honest. This game has implications on the Super Rugby finals, and we also cover Super Rugby on the channel, not as regularly as the NRL, but this game has implications on the finals, whereas Cowboys Titans has zero implications at all. Will probably be a good game. It just, yeah, it's a real meaningless game, if you know what I mean, comparatively. But we'll be back later tonight for Manly versus the Panthers, because that's a game that does have big implications for the rest of the competition moving forward. Time is up on the clock. Highlanders in midfield. Turn over the ball again. No, they've managed to hold on. Fakatava down the left edge again. Maybe the attack for the Highlanders has been too heavy down the left-hand edge. Send it right to Tavatavanawai. There he is in midfield. He's popped up. Tavatavanawai driving, but can't make a dent. Tahiwi plants the ball, gets up, plays again. Tavatavanawai, 10 out. Fends off one, fends off another. 5 from the line. This Crusaders defense, it's in a threat of breaking now. The crossfield kick to a flying winger has been spilt. It's still there for Umunga Jensen to Miller. Fakatava now brought down 5 out. Oh, the scrambling from the Crusaders. Penalty advantage now. The Highlanders have got to score, surely. How much longer can they hold on? The crash ball for Withy. He's held up and driven backwards. Oh, this defense. Miller. In and away now for Lowe. He's caught. He's outnumbered. Crusaders pile in over the top. And we'll come back for the penalty. No, play on. There's Tavatavanawai down the short side. They're just not making any meters at all. Now we come back for the penalty, and it might even be a card. This is a lot of penalties down this end of the field for the Crusaders. This has been a lot of penalties down this end, and I think that is the final warning. Well, it's an interesting time because what usually happens is you get that final warning and the referee forgets about it during the halftime break, and it almost resets everything. Highlanders 2 minutes into stoppage time here in the first half, and they are not going to even consider taking the 3 just to get some points on the board. They've put this in the corner for a 5-meter line out. Try time there for Lazanga if he catches the ball. Oh, geez, they need some points. McKenna to the front. Popped back immediately. Wrap around at the back of the lineouts. And McKenna, 5 meters out. Crusaders pile in. Now they retreat. Here's De Groot on the crash ball. A little isolated. The Crusaders are just out enthusing the Highlanders. Out muscling them at the breakdown. In over the top goes Cody Taylor. Looks for the turnover. Gets it successfully. Oh, that's a massive, massive win for the Crusaders right on the stroke of half-time. I don't mean win the match, of course. Just a massive, massive moment in the match that they've won. Cody Taylor with the turnover. And this defense has just been immaculate. Rehana taps, puts it into touch, and everyone can have a rest. The goal line defense of the Crusaders take a bow. $21-0 it is at the halftime break. It could have been so much more. Bizzler Panther, you tipped 150 for the Panthers to win by 18. Yeah, I suspect it'll be a wee bit closer than that. But we'll see. The Panthers, they're getting closer and closer to full strength. And when they are at full strength and they click things together, they're still a mighty good team to compile on points. So you might be onto something there. But with the return of Tommy Turbo, I do suspect a little bit of a closer game, a bit more of a fight. First half, wow, the Titans have gone back to back to back. Tries in the 12th minute, the 15th minute, and the 17th minute. I mean, this is what the Gold Coast Titans do, isn't it? And that might be the only points they score now for the rest of the match. Remember, they were up 16-0 against the Raiders last weekend, and they ended up getting belted. So that's what the Titans do. That game far from over there. 23 minutes in. That might be the last points the Titans get for the rest of the match. 21 points to 0 here, though, at halftime. Crusaders. Oh, they've just been so good, the Crusaders. Their defense scrambling. The Highlanders perhaps guilty of undercommitting to the breakdowns. They may have contributed to their own demise somewhat there. They had a lot of possession at the back end of that first half, and they couldn't make anything out of it. All right, halftime. I will see if I can fix these stat screens. I'll have a look, see if I can do anything about it. And we'll be back for the second half here on the Wasted World of Sports. Crusaders. Kelly Muka says ref is letting the Crusaders get away with a lot as usual. I found that warning on the stroke of halftime I thought was weird. I called it at the time. I said that it's weird that it's just a warning. The Crusaders have given away a lot of penalties down this end of the field now. And the warning, sometimes they forget about it. If they give a warning right before halftime, that's it, last penalty down this end. They sometimes forget about it, you know? So they'll come out in the second half and they'll give away a penalty down that end. and everybody's waiting for the card, but the referee's forgotten. So it was interesting. I think it was probably deserved to have a card there right on the stroke of half time. But, I mean, hats off to the Crusaders' defense. Nonetheless, their goal line defense has been incredible. And the Highlanders, as I said, probably guilty of undercommitting to the rucks, allowing themselves to get isolated and outnumbered very frequently. They're keeping those players out, of course, to launch attacks. But you've got to make sure you get the ball first. There's no point setting up for an attacking play if you haven't even secured possession. Do it the old Jonah Lomu rugby style. You would just pile in, secure the ball, pile out. Of course, real life, a little bit different to a video game. All right, I'm going to see if I can fix these stat screens, because usually we have up there, not the points flow. We usually have up there territory. So I think what's happened, let me see if I can confirm or deny this. Wondering if that is using things. Seems to be on the wrong screen. Yeah, okay. It's loading into that screen. We need it on that screen. Wonder if that will fix it. Aha! Okay. We're getting closer. Territory. That's better. That's nicer. Okay. So it's absolutely incredible, isn't it, that 70% territory, the advantage to the Highlanders. Now, not a lot of it, in fairness, has been in the Crusaders' red zone, but that's quite a telling stat. 70% territory advantage, yet they haven't been able to make anything of it. I mean, that is equally a testament to the Crusaders' defense as it is to the lack of Highlanders' attack. Simple mistakes, easy turnovers, and they just haven't been able to mount any sort of regular pressure. I mean, compare that to the Crusaders, 30%, and they've had almost equal amount of time in the Highlanders' red zone. It's a pretty telling statistic. So the Highlanders need to obviously tidy things up there if they're going to make themselves a threat in this game. All right, so we fixed that screen up. What have we got left? Probably the exact same thing. Summary. All right, there we go. We've fixed this up now too. Beautiful. Not a whole lot to see, though, really, in the match summary. Not if you're a Highlanders supporter. All the points, Crusaders. But again, the 92 carries to 61. Just restating the the dominance of territory and possession that the Highlanders have had, and they just haven't been able to make anything from it. They will surely be disappointed going into the break. They should not be 21 points to 0 down. That a testament, as I said, to this Crusaders defensive unit. All right, we've got those screens fixed up. Feeling better about things now. See if the try scorers come up. Yes, they do. Will Jordan's got 2. I can actually make that a bit bigger as well. Let's make that a bit larger. Only a little bit larger, because there could be situations where there could be games, there could be situations where that fills up quite a lot. The Knee Crumbler says, let's go on, Warriors. Hey, the Warriors are going all right this season, huh? I don't want to jinx it, but let's not jinx it. Are the Warriors back into finals footy? Sorry. All right, there we go. That's better. This has been the first time I've streamed Super Rugby in a little while, so yeah, for some reason I've come back and all the screens have changed. So there we go. 2 tries to Will Jordan and a try to Cody Taylor, whom I almost had in my multi instead of Sever Reese. I will forever be kicking myself over that one, I think. I would have had a handy little cash out opportunity there at the break as well. Oh, Titans have got another one. FWE number 1 Cena fan says the NRL is so rigged. Titans knocked it in. The Titans have scored another try to go further ahead there against the Cowboys, but Cowboys supporters, just remember, the Titans were up 16-0 against the Raiders last weekend and ended up getting belted. There's plenty left to play for in the second half there for the Cowboys. Expect the Titans to drop off. All right, so 21-0 at halftime. I'll have a quick break. We'll be back for the second half action here. Wasted World of Sports. We've got this one, of course. We'll finish this one off. And then later tonight, we've got the Panthers versus the Sea Eagles. Quick break. Second half coming up. Be right back.
Welcome to the wasted world of sports, where the game's just a backdrop for drunken retorts. Rugby league or union, it's all fair play, but it's the banter that steals the show. Hey, 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 hey. Ahoy, we're here to make some noise. It's all about the laughs, the fun, and the choice. Join us in our world where the banter is prime. Wasted world of sports, we're having a good time. Scrums and tries, they're all well and good. But we're here for the
Just the words of wisdom I came here for. Hey, you know it's true. Don't act like you didn't already know it. Oh, the try's been disallowed anyway, so there you go. The try has been disallowed. It's still 16 points to 6 over there. No try for the Titans. Slam down some Red Bull. I'm so tired. I know what would make me up. A trip to the valley. Teams out for the second half. 21 points to nil. The Highlanders have strung together a lot of possession and a lot of territory. But I guess they just haven't asked enough questions of the Crusaders' defense. Very lopsided stats in favor of the team that's behind. It's always crazy when that happens. That usually signals an impressive defensive effort, right? More often than not. And it certainly has been one of those for the Crusaders. Second half about to get underway. And of course, coming up in about 1 hour's time, the Panthers versus Manly as we switch back to NRL for the remainder of the evening. 2 legs left on the multi here. Tavatavanawa and Sevu Reece as the Crusaders kick off, leading 21-0 at the break, as I said. And they've gone deep with the restart. Highlanders inside the 22. Fakatava's got it at the back. Sets up the box kick. And he fires it away upfield. Not a lot of distance. It's taken by Jordan running forward. And it's been ripped away by Tavatavanawa, who now can't get boot to ball as he looks to clear and was tackled in the process. The Crusaders, driven backwards, will come back for the knock-on. No advantage. The referee let that go on for a long time. And it'll be a Crusaders scrum just inside Highlanders territory. Frantic start to the second half. Scrum down, first one of the second half. They crouch in midfield. This is just inside Highlanders territory. Sets very solid foundation here. Told to use it. Crusaders attack this near side. Hotham throws a pass out the back to nobody. Sits up for Cody Taylor, though. Taylor tries to put a step on. He's brought down on the halfway line. They've lost some meters. Everybody over on the right here for the Crusaders. Big Harbour Bridge ball from Havili to Reece. Reece with the in and away. And the flick pass puts McLeod under a lot of pressure as the Highlanders swarm and look to counter-ruck. And they've counter-rucked well and spoiled, but we come back for an offside penalty. Crusaders in midfield. From right in front, 40 metres out, they might have a shot at 3 here, the Crusaders. Nice and early in the second half, just to pile on that scoreboard pressure all the more. All the more. There's a T-shirt. Wasted World of Sports, all the more. Rayhana with the touch finder. Just inside the 22. Davidal will be doing Manly versus the Panthers later on. Crusaders line out on this near edge. 22 out. And a free kick has been given. They tap and go quickly. Leo Willie. Just inside the 22. They drive in front of the post. Tavatavanawa in over the top. Secures the turnover. Tavatavanawa runs like a back. He's built like a forward. And he gets in there and wins a lot of turnovers. Miller with the clearing kick here from the penalty. Not a lot of distance, but it will get them slightly out of their red zone. The Highlanders look to get themselves back into this game. And I just wonder, especially with the benefit of hindsight, perhaps the shot at goal was the option there for the Crusaders. 24-0. It would have made it early in the second half. Scoreboard pressure. Miller puts it high, crossfield kick. And it's taken by Will Jordan, but then spilt in contact. Into touch. And this will be an interesting call. Knock on by Will Jordan. Highlanders will have the line-out throw, but they've just been stuck down this end of the field. We saw Jamie Joseph lean down the law at the half-time break. And scrum down. Fakatava releases it quickly, and the Highlanders have it just short of halfway. They clean out well. Out the back it goes, and it's been dropped by Miller. Backwards, says the referee. Oh, lucky there for the Highlanders. Halt to use it now. And Miller this time holds the kick, but he's now kicking from 10 meters further back. And Jordan takes it on the full. Reese will return it up to halfway. And he's brought to ground. But it's there for the Crusaders. 6 minutes gone in the second half and controlling this game. Controlling it with defense and just controlling it with their attack now. Told to use it. Hotham at the back. Sets up the box kick. Just dinks it in over the top, though. Not a lot of height. It's an awkward bounce at the back, but taken by Ratumata Fuki. And the Highlanders have it back. The game being played within the 10-meter lines, either side of halfway at the moment. No team able to get an advantage. Groot carries over halfway. Back to Miller for another clearing kick. Lots of height. Contestable ball. Tavatanawai chases through, puts pressure on, but it's there for the Crusaders. And Springer will clear and put it out on the full. Well, that's a nice little result for the Highlanders. There's a little bit of territory for them. McKenna with the line-out throw goes to the front. There for the Highlanders. Immediately into midfield. Withy is brought down. Crusaders look to counter-ruck. But a nice clean out from the Highlanders. It's still there. Tavatanawai, midfield. Shrugs off one. But he's brought to ground by Taylor. Still in midfield. Haig plays it back. Fakatava goes and offloads nicely. Ma'u's in space. Throws it back. And it's been battered down by Bauer into the in-goal. Looks to tap it dead, but can't. A desperate dive by the Highlanders, but the Crusaders get there first. George Bauer's made a complete hash of this. Carried back in by the Crusaders. It'll be a 5-meter scrum, Highlanders. And this is a glorious opportunity now early in the second. Whoopsie. George Bauer slipped over, and that was so nearly a try. The Highlanders surely will make some of this pressure tell. They have just had so much ball and nothing to show for it. The scrum sets. Big shove here from the Highlanders. Fakatava goes right. And the crash ball was probably not the option. Umaga Jensen. De Groot loses it. But penalty advantage. Now, what does the referee do here? They were given a warning on the stroke of halftime. And again, that's what happens. The referee's forgotten. Halftime has taken place 9 minutes into the second half. First time down this end in the second half, and he's completely forgotten that he had put them on final warning in the end of the first half. It resets. It just mentally, it resets. And the Crusaders very lucky to still be full complement of players here. But it's still the Highlanders. Out the back it goes. The ruck is formed in midfield. Hands off there, sir. Fakatava with the pop pass for Haig. A nice strong carry. 5 meters out. Umaga Jensen has got super glue on his bloody hands tonight. Umaga Jensen won't pass the ball. Tahiwi, a meter short. The Highlanders. They've got pods either side of the ruck. Fakatava pops it up for Vakena. 5 phases. They're over the line, but they've been held up. Turned on his back. Goal line restart. The Crusaders defense again. They just immediately flipped the big man on his back. And this goal line defense. But the big story here for mine is the Crusaders were given a final warning right on the stroke of halftime for penalties down this end of the field. And the first penalty they give away in the second half down this end of the field has gone unpunished. Ollie is the best. Ahoy, mate. Who's a cheeky monkey? Tyron or Pablo? Ooh, this is a trick question. They both are, aren't they? Kalimuka, yes, you are definitely meant to release the tackle player. Let's have a look. Oh, they cut the replay off. That is 100% the rules. As soon as the player is tackled to ground, the tackler must release. And then once they've released, you can't even then drag a player. You've got to attack the ball, not the player. But anyway, Crusaders go deep with the restart, and it sits up on the halfway line and winding up to bring it back Stoddart. And the Highlanders, they reset and they go again. Keeping it in tight in midfield. Ratumai Tafuki sets it up. I hope I'm saying his name right. It's a tough one. I should just call him RK or Ratu, and then hopefully everyone knows who I'm talking about. Crusaders with hands in there. Nice clean up by the Highlanders. And Hasty spills it. Nathan Hasty spills it. Crusaders clear. The Highlanders now have to rush back, but it finds touch inside the 22. Just outside the 22. For a Highlanders lineup, but they've lost about 50 meters. The turnover inside the red zone again. The frustration here for the Highlanders. And if the Crusaders can turn this line over, turn this line out over, that would be massive. McKenna throws to the middle. It's scrappy. It's gone out the back. De Groot takes it away. Crusaders pile in. Straight over the top there was Kello. Lucky to get away with that. Play on is the call. And the Highlanders clear up over halfway. Jordan takes it into midfield where he's got Havili. And now Reese. Reese tries to get on the outside. The pass there was surely forward and is called as such as Havili bats it on forward. A result here for the Highlanders that brings them back into Crusaders territory. It was only about 2 meters forward from Havili. 21-0. The score remains no change from that halftime scoreline. 13 minutes gone. Time is running out here for my multi. And time equally running out for the Highlanders as we've got an injury stoppage here. Yes, indeed. Penrith Garb, Panthers, Manly coming up after this on the Wasted World of Sports. 100%. Injury stoppage before this one gets back underway. I woke up late today, so sort of scrambling to try and get everything set up. Oh, as soon as I bet on players, they play bad. Basketball, AFL, rugby, NFL. Oh, don't even get me started, mate. I'll drink to that because we all share the same pain. Not that Sevu Reese or Tavatanawai, in my case here tonight, are playing badly. It's just they haven't scored tries. And they normally do. A penalty to the Crusaders here for the front row collapsing. Well, the Highlanders just can't win a trick. They've been the victim of their own demise in many ways, but they just cannot win a trick here. And the front rows did indeed collapse. But I mean, how are you supposed to know who it was when you're over that side? He obviously got a call from his touchy, the assistant referee there. Taylor throws to the middle. Highlanders contest, but it's still there for the Crusaders. Havili in midfield. Out it goes to Kello. Rehana with the inside ball. Now that was forward. No call on this one. That was more forward than the last one. Rehana puts the step on, but not making a lot of meters here, the Crusaders. Hello at the back to Havili. Cutout pass has created some space. Leo Willie dummies. Heads back in field. And he's brought down just outside the 22. Havili again. Tries to burrow under. Still the same score at halftime as Bauer carries. Hello. Penalty advantage now. Highlanders offside. Crusaders down the short edge. Jordan's got it. Intercepted. And will come back for the penalty. I tell you what. If there's a couple of penalties in a row here and the referee gives a yellow card to one of the Highlanders players, there'll be a riot in Dunedin. Now, surely, with no points in the second half so far, the Crusaders think about putting the 3. It's an easy kick. It's a gift 3-pointer. And it just mounts even more scoreboard pressure. And they are indeed. The common sense decision. Whether we're believing the calls or not, this is the common sense decision. Straight down the middle, and it's 24 points to 0. The Crusaders extend. And the Highlanders, if they want to get back into this one, they have got a mountain of work to do. They go short with the restart, the Highlanders. Contested, but Will Jordan catches and spins in midair. Fantastic work there by Will Jordan from the restart. Tamati Williams sets it up. And the box kick clearance from Kello up over halfway. Back in possession now of the Highlanders, as has been the case for large portions of this match. Tavatanawai gets into some open space at last. Beats one and he's brought down just inside Crusaders territory. Penalty advantage for the Highlanders. They can throw caution to the wind here. The little chip in over the top from Hasty, and it sits up at the back for Rehana. Will come back for the penalty. The Highlanders. Tackler not releasing. See, it is a rule. We thought it was. Oh, that's funny. Miller with the touch finder, takes it inside the 22. Back in the red zone, the Highlanders. What can they come up with here? Most of the time, they've spilt the ball, or the Crusaders have earned a turnover. Uncontested at the front of the lineout. It's taken down by Withy. The ball spills out the back, but it's still there for the Highlanders. Howden. One out from the ruck. Again, De Groot, just one out from the ruck, setting it up. Quick ruck ball now. And Hasty finds some space. Shrugs off the tackle. 7 meters out, just to the left of the post, the Highlanders. Here they come. Tahiwi, 5 out. They're keeping it close-ish to the ruck. The crash ball. Hasty sends it out now. Taylor. Hasty again. Short ball. They're keeping it in tight. They want a penalty advantage here somewhere. De Groot. In front of the post. Hasty might have just earned that penalty advantage. No call from the referee. Tavatanawai breaks away, and he's driven backwards. He's slung backwards in the tackle by Cahill. Staying on the short side. Umunga Jensen to ground. Lays it back. Still 5 out. De Groot. Held up. Now he gets to ground. Hasty. Dummies. Double pump. Knocked on by the Crusaders. And in over the ball goes Jordan. It's still here for the Highlanders, though. Knock on advantage. Tavatanawai. They're up quickly on him. He offloads, and it's been dropped. We come back for the original knock on. Scrum down, Highlanders. But this defense of the Crusaders scrambling, racing up, putting pressure on. Kalimuka, Panthers, Eagles, part of my multi. No, I will have a completely separate multi on for the Panthers Manly game. Yeah, it'll be a completely separate multi, that one. Scrum down, 5 meters out. Just to the right of the post. The Highlanders, can they strike? 61 minutes gone. Nice solid scrum. Hasty brings it out. And Umunga Jensen fights away from one, fights away from another. He's still got super glue on his hands tonight, Umunga Jensen. Hasty fires it out to the wing and diving for the corner. Stand up and take a bow, because I think you've just got the first try of the night for the Highlanders. Jonah Lowe gets the try. Finally, they've broken the Crusaders' defense. Boy, have they had to work hard for it. They have had to work so hard for that. Oh, knees and the ribs there from Sevu Reece as well. There's a happy camper there for the Highlanders. Dancing away up in the crowd. Because they have finally broken through. From the sideline, the conversion attempt stays out to the right of the post. And it will remain 24-5. But points on the board at last for the Highlanders. Hasty with the perfect ball out to Lowe. And Lowe was even appealing to the touchy there for those clear knees into the ribs by Sevu Reece. Crusaders with the restart. Send it into the 22. And the Highlanders will set up just outside. Outside, taken back. Told to use it. Hasty with the box kick. Not looking for touch, obviously. Jordan heads forward and takes it well. 64 minutes gone. 24-5. Loose ball out the back. And Christie picks it up for the Crusaders. They've lost some yardage. Highlanders counter ruck. It was initially good, but then he lost his feet. Reihana down the short side. Spills out the back of the ruck. This is play on. The referee nearly gets wiped out. Oh, that would have been hilarious. Told to use it. Still there for the Crusaders. Preston puts the box kick up. Will Jordan wins the battle in the air. And the Crusaders have it inside the 22. Reece fires it out. Now the inside ball for Kello. And Corey Kello scores. Right out wide. The Crusaders have hit back, and that just nullifies the Highlanders' try. Well, that has got to be just morally deflating. Corey Kello. The Highlanders had to work so hard to get their try, and the Crusaders have just come back and scored one that easily. Bruce, ahoy, mate. Doing very well, thank you. How are you? Oh, has he scored it? Yes, I think he has. Just. The home crowd booing, appealing, hoping that this one gets scrubbed off. Yes, indeed, mate. Super Rugby. The Eagle. Conversion from the sideline here for Reihana. Oh, it's a shocker. Dead set shocker. 29 points to 5, but that has just scrubbed out all that hard work of the Highlanders. Skyfinks, ahoy, mate. Yes. Panthers Manly coming up after this. Highlanders get us back underway. Told to use it now, the Crusaders, as they claim the kickoff. The box kick dropped by the Crusaders. Highlanders have the ball inside their own half. Changing direction here, Miller. Back to Umunga Jensen. Puts the kick in over the top, and it sits up at the back for Reihana. Crusaders back in possession. Tackle ball. 13 minutes to play. It's been a defensive masterclass from the Crusaders here tonight. Looking for space in behind, but the kick goes down to Miller on the bounce. Ratumatovici with the kick. Down inside the Crusaders 22, and Reihana has an eternity here to sum up what to do, and he clears it up towards halfway. And the Crusaders just firmly in control of proceedings here. Highlanders go over the top of the line out to Tavatavanawa. Charges onto it. Releases the ball. Wraparound play with Miller. Pops it up now in the line. Ratamai Tavuki. Lasanga rolls into the Crusaders' defense. And that probably caused the turnover. And the Crusaders now clear. Nobody at the back for the Highlanders. And this will bounce towards the touchline and over. Is it a 50-22? It is. Crusaders throw to the line out. A 50-22. Well, when it's not your night, it is not your night. And the Highlanders, they are finding that out here. Crusaders ball now. Reihana. Benaki goes straight through to score. Well, that was too easy. Too easy. Shea Fiaki off the bench. And he has just rolled through a huge gap. And the Crusaders now with 10 minutes to play. 34 points to 5. Making it look easy. Oh, the Crusaders machine just continues to roll on. Conversion successful. 36 points to 5. Now, Kalimuka, Super Rugby lost its way when they went to the conference system, in my opinion. They overexpanded. And this is why I'm so concerned right now for the NRL. You've got PNG coming into the competition in, what? When are they coming in? 2026? I'm not sure. But you've got PNG coming in, and then you've got the Bears coming in. 2 new teams. Look at what overexpansion did to Super Rugby. That's what I'd be telling them. Super Rugby was the pinnacle competition when it was just the Super 12s. They got away with it slightly when it was Super 15. It was still competitive, and it was still a fun watch. Once they went to bloody conference system, and it was like Super 25s or whatever, and it's starting to get good again now that it's regressed. And it's just Super Rugby Pacific. It's starting to get strong, starting to get competitive again. I urge the NRL, stop now. It's already gone too far. Stop now. PNG and the Bears, okay, stop. That's it. The Highlanders now, they'll have one last attack here to get some consolation points. Seven minutes left to play. And the Crusaders firmly in control of this game. They're getting closer, though. 5 meters out now, the Highlanders. Tava Nawai's there. Give it to him. The crash ball. They're a meter short. Tava Nawai's down the short side. They didn't give it to him. Harbour Bridge ball over the top to Lasanga. And Lasanga scores. 36 points to 10. Oh, they're giving it to everybody but the players I need. Ain't that always the way? Let's see. Invite. Copy link. Invite. Copy link. Wasted World of Sports. Live chat room. Paste. Kick to come from out wide. Consolation points for the Highlanders. Super Rugby has a problem where you will have Chiefs fans supporting Crusaders fans against Aussie and Pacific teams. Is that really a problem, though? I thought that was always the case. Especially when South Africa was involved. Didn't we always join forces to support against the South African teams? Carmelo. Ahoy, mate. No luck here. No success here on this one. Sevu Reece and Tava Nawai have not been heavily enough involved near the try line to threaten for points. I'll have to think about what I'm going to have on my next game. Panthers Manly. Yes, that's correct. Carmelo, nice little animation over the top. So I'll give you an example. When Will Jordan scored, we went, yes! Have yourself a nice little beer stein there, Will Jordan. Up over halfway, Crusaders back in possession. 4 minutes left to play. They're just winding down the clock. Box kick here from Preston. Taken at the back. Ratumata Vuki takes it just outside the 22. Kalimuka says, since that Razor era, I don't think any non-Crusaders fans should cheer for them. Oh. Speaking of Razor, as the Highlanders get a penalty here. Speaking of Scotty Razor Robertson, welcome to international rugby, huh? Oh. How long were we kicking and screaming for Razor Robertson to take over the All Blacks, only to find out that he really didn't make any difference whatsoever? I think my honest take on the All Blacks at the moment in this Razor Robertson era is maybe he was a little, not afraid, but maybe he didn't want to shake things up too much. Because at the end of the day, nothing There's nothing better than experience at international level. You can't just throw 13 rookies out in All Blacks jumpers and anticipate that they're necessarily going to go well. It might work. I mean, if a player is built for international rugby, they're built for it. But sometimes they're not. I mean, look at how long it took for Ma'anonu to become a high-quality, irreplaceable international player. Ma'anonu, when he first put on the All Blacks jumper, absolutely stunk up the joint. He was terrible. He'd push passes. He'd drop balls with the line wide open. They persisted with him, and rightfully so, because he turned into one of the best international centers of all time. Now imagine if you had 13 Ma'anonus all at once. How bad, potentially, the All Blacks could play. So I understand why he didn't want to just come in and put the cleaners throughout the entire team. I think he's just doing it slowly but surely. Slowly but surely, he's going to start bringing his guys in. And I reckon that by the next World Cup, the All Blacks under Razor, if they persist with him, if he's allowed to build, I reckon the All Blacks will be humming along just nicely. Two minutes left in this game. Umaga Jensen, super glue on his hands all night long. Saab, Olakau'atu, and Alamotti. I like that for the 3 try scorers. I might have to steal that one. Although, yeah, hang on. Who's Manly's left wing? Who's Manly's left wing? Because the Panthers have been getting killed on their right edge so far this season. I'll put Manly's left wing in there. And Olakau'atu is a great one because the Panthers have been a little soft up front. Left is Hopewade. Okay, I'm going to put Hopewade in. I like Olakau'atu, though. I think this could be his night. The Crusaders now break away with a minute to play. Here's Sevu Reece. Reece puts the foot down. They come back at him, and he loses the ball. It's been towed through. Ratu Maitavuki's back there in the end goal, picks it up, fights his way back into the field of play, gets up and goes again. Oh, that's fabulous work. How was that not a knock-on against Sevu Reece, though? I must have missed something. The Highlanders now throw it around from inside their own in goal. And a penalty to the Crusaders. They tap and go. Cody Taylor gets a double. Cody Taylor goes quickly with the tap, gets a double. And there is the exclamation mark on this performance. 41 points to 10. The Crusaders. Wow, they've spanked them. They've absolutely spanked them here. Oh, boy. Poor Highlanders. All right, let's see how the NRL's doing. The Cowboys are back in the lead. There, what's that got left? Oh, still 20 minutes. Conversion successful from Rehana. And it's the Crusaders, 43. The Highlanders, 10. What a game. What a win. Honestly, the Crusaders, I mean, we can discuss the referee. We can talk about whether there should or should not have been a card in that first half. But hands down, that's the best defensive effort I've seen all season long. And you can't take that away from them. The Highlanders also were kind of the victim of their own demise in many ways. Well deserved in the end overall by the Crusaders. Well, we got one tick off the multi. I do like that one for the next one, though. Caramello Koalo. I love that. Lehigh Hopewade. I'll have a think about Olakau'atu. I might put Olakau'atu in a combo. An Alamotti. I like that. I'll look into that further during the break. West to Water Sports, thank you so much for being with me for this one. Panthers, Sea Eagles coming up. When's that? About 15 or 20 minutes. Thereabouts. Maybe a little bit longer. Crusaders too strong for the Highlanders here. Catch you later.